Sabine's family has played an integral role in the character's story, mainly throughout the fourth season of the animated Star Wars Rebels series. But so far, these family members have been absent as well as unmentioned following the character's introduction into live action in the Ahsoka series. Like most families do, Sabine's family is largely the reason Sabine turned out the way she is. They chose the Empire over Sabine after she spoke out against their rule on Mandalore, causing Sabine to go out into the galaxy on her own, eventually becoming a member of the Ghost Crew, leading to her service in the Rebellion and on Lothal. So it would make sense for these characters to be brought up in a series that seems to be as much about Sabine as it is Ahsoka. In what seemed to be just a throwaway line of dialogue in Episode 4 of Ahsoka, the Disney Plus series actually revealed the tragedy that struck Sabine Wren's family. In the episode, after sending Ahsoka over the edge of the cliff, Baylan uses the Force to get inside of Sabine's mind, who is currently threatening to destroy the map to Thrawn. Baylan is able to sense that she couldn't destroy the map because she believed Ezra was the only family she had left, revealing that Sabine's family was dead and that they perished on Mandalore because Ahsoka didn't trust Sabine. The master and apprentice relationship between Ahsoka and Sabine has been very convoluted as of yet. Sabine began her training sometime following the Rebels finale, as well as whenever Ahsoka returned from Malachor, but there's still much we don't know about, including what led to Ahsoka leaving Sabine and ending her Jedi training. But this makes it sound like something happened between the finale of Rebels and the Ahsoka series that killed Sabine's family, which Ahsoka didn't let Sabine go and help with, which would be a very justifiable event to damage the bond between them. Although we aren't told how her family died, it's important to remember back to The Mandalorian, specifically when the Night of 1,000 Tears was being discussed at multiple points throughout the show. That Night of 1,000 Tears was the point in time when the Galactic Empire destroyed the entire surface of Mandalore during the Great Purge of Mandalore. This resulted in the deaths of millions of Mandalorians, and ultimately made the surface of the planet almost uninhabitable, or so the Mandalorians thought. This tragedy took place sometime between Rebels and Ahsoka, so it's safe to assume that this was the attack that killed Sabine's parents. However, the most puzzling aspect of the entire event is why Ahsoka wouldn't have let her Padawan go and help not only her people, but her blood family. Even though Jedi and Force wielders can turn the tide of a battle in just a few moments, it would take an entire army of them to fend off the Empire, especially if most of the attacks were coming from TIE bombers overhead. However, knowing how much Sabine's family meant to her, one would assume that Ahsoka would at least travel with her Padawan to Mandalore, and try to save them along with any others that they could. However, viewers can see from the first few episodes that Sabine isn't in tune with the Force enough to even move a cup, much less utilize it to help save people. Ahsoka likely thought that if they were to travel to Mandalore, they would not only fail in saving Sabine's family, but would also likely be killed themselves. It had to be a difficult decision, but one that the former Jedi thought was necessary for the greater good. What have you thought of the Ahsoka series so far? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like the video, and subscribe for coverage of Ahsoka as a new episode premieres every week. And remember to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Thank you all for watching, and remember, the Force will be with you. Always.